Listen to this.
I did a video in this class some time ago, and I said I suffer from gynophobia. I naturally fear women. They're nice people, very wonderful people. But you must cultivate an attitude of relationship with them. I want to read from Sirach chapter 9, verse 9. Sirach chapter 9, verse 9. You can see Sirach in Roman Catholic Bibles and some ancient Bibles in some denominations. In Sirach chapter 9, verse 9, it says, do not, one, ever sit with a married woman. Do not ever sit with a married woman. And don't share meals or indulge in wine with her, since your soul might be attracted to her, and you might slip into destruction because of your passion. Do not ever sit with a married woman, and do not share meals or indulge in wine with her, since your soul might be attracted to her, and you might slip into destruction because of your passion. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 22, it says, abstain or flee from any resemblance of iniquity. And Bishop Sam Oyede would say, lead me not into temptation is easier than deliver us from evil. And Dr. Apoki will say in Urobo language, kenomake is better than agerio. That is, give a distance from potential problems is better than please come and help me. Somebody help me. Now, the first case of sexual harassment really documented is between Joseph and Potiphar's wife. When the woman desired Joseph and Joseph refused to succumb, she attempted to grab Joseph, and Joseph fled and left his coat behind. Let me tell you something. This is a neutral discussion that somebody has requested I should do. But there are key principles. Number one, there are rules of engagement between married men and women. We just saw one. Do not sit close. Do not share a meal. Do not indulge in wine with her. So always give a gap between yourself and a woman. Because if she accuses you of anything, you are most likely going to be found guilty. I'll tell you a little story. My wife, I went to preach. Before I came back, my wife employed a personal assistant to her, a fair young lady, jeans trouser wearing lady. I was laughing. My wife would ask me, why are you laughing? I told her that the reason I am laughing is because either you trust me so much, or my village people have contacted you to spoil my name. So, one day I was alone in the house, and my wife had gone to work. I heard movement upstairs. Who is there? It's me, sir. What are you doing there? I'm cleaning the sitting room. Where is Madame? Madame has gone to work. She told you to clean the sitting room? Yes. I went inside. I locked the door leading to the sitting room. Then I locked the door leading to the bedroom, and I stayed inside. I have learned very early that if a woman accuses you, you are guilty until proven otherwise. And so try as much as possible to keep a distance between yourself and an unmarried lady and a married lady. Keep a distance. There were some pictures I took a few years, about a year or two back, and recently, and some other videos. One of them, people started misinterpreting it. When they saw the video I made, why I left my wife. They say, is it because of this girl? You left your wife. Wicked man. So, the truth of the matter is that people will always interpret things with what is in their mind. The next thing is that if you are a married man, make sure, even if you are not married, If you are relating with a female, let there be a chaperone. In the hospital in those days, if we were seeing patients, particularly female patients, ensure that a nurse is standing by. Because if you want to examine the upper portion of a woman, some of the women, their nipples will stand erect. If you are not careful, it might be misinterpreted. They just have their nipples stand erect. If you want to examine the breast of a woman, if the right breast is the one that has pain, you are supposed to start from the left breast so that you can know the normal consistency before you examine the right breast. And you must explain to her, cover the other part of her body that you are not examining. You must explain to her, madam, I want to examine the right breast first so that I will know the normal consistency before I examine the left one. Make sure there is somebody, a nurse, female nurse with you there. Because if you just go and start examining the left breast and she shouts, doctor, why are you coming to examine my left breast? That's not the one that has pain. You are in trouble. You must always explain. If your friend has a wife that has an official relationship with you, if you want to do anything that might affect her, call the husband. Explain to the husband, we want to do so in the school. We will change your wife's class to another class. Let it not be that I am victimizing her. It is the new policy in the school. Your friend will understand. If there is the need to execute some changes, ensure that other women are aware about these changes so that it does not become as if you are victimizing. I wanted to give a married woman money who was residing near my school to add to her business. I had not had a very good relationship with the husband. When I mean very good, we were not pally-pallies. But I saw they were going through distress. So I told my elderly security man that I wanted to give some money to this woman to start her business. And I told my wife, if you told your wife before doing that thing, it will be better understood. I told my wife, then I gave the money to my daughter to give to the woman. That will save you crisis. If not, why are you giving money to my wife? Have I become so poor that you are the one giving money to my wife? Don't hold meetings alone with women. Married women, single women, let there always be a witness, particularly a female and more than one witness. Don't hold meetings with women in hotels. Don't hold meetings with women in hotels. Okay, my travel agent brought documents to me in my hotel. We went to the reception. We looked at my travel documents. As I was seeing her off, I made sure that my PA was with me when we saw her off. One Uber taxi came to carry her. Surprisingly, I didn't know that the Uber taxi driver knows me. This is far away Lagos. My PA was there and with me before she entered the taxi. If I carry women who are not married to, not my wife, not my family members, they usually sit at the back seat. At the back seat. I don't give lifts to women. Because if you give lift to a woman and you drop her and she grabs you, pay me the money I used to service you last night. You cannot, you go explain, tire. You go explain, tire. So as a man, in a nutshell, try to avoid unnecessary proximity to women. If you work together with women, make sure you have a chaperone, you have witnesses. You as a woman, if you are going to see a man, make sure you go with a chaperone. Go with a chaperone. I have a female pastor who does that. She has somebody that always accompanies her. And that is very good. You are protecting yourself from people. Now, it is very difficult to defend a man who is accused of sexual harassment. Who is accused. If Bathsheba had said that David sexually harassed her, no person will believe her. So don't defend any man. It took the prophet of God to come and convict David. Don't defend any man. That idiot in between our legs is not born again, has no sense of its own. When it is erect, your brain is soft. So don't let your erection give you direction. I've always said that. Make sure you protect yourself from yourself. I told you the story of my nurse that was traveling with me. And then I was still young, and she sat in the front seat. Contrary to, it is later I learned these rules. And the skirt shifted. And I looked. And I concentrated. My mind said, look again. And I looked. And evil thoughts started passing through my brain. Just branch a hotel with this girl. Nobody will know. Your wife is at Enugu. Nobody will know. God help me. I concentrated. I started speaking in tongues. God help me. I got to Enugu safely. Nothing happened. After many years at Binez Hotel, she came with her 3 children and knelt in front of me. He said, told the children, see the man who made me who I am. Assuming I had crossed or tested the microphone, I would have gotten into trouble. The second look is the most dangerous look. The third look is the final look. Try as much as possible not to look. If you look, remove your eyes. Plead the blood of Jesus over your life. The higher you go, the hotter you become. The higher you go, the easier you think for that women will fall prey to you. And really, they come towards you. Like as Drosophila melanogaster is attracted to fruits. They will come. They will come. But if you have common sense, flee. The Bible says flee. Boso. Sare lo. Sare. Run and leave your shoes, if possible. Tiger Woods said that he thought he could get away at a certain stage, that he was invincible, or there's nothing that people will say. According to Sirach, he said, lest he pulls you down to your destruction. So be very, very careful with women. That is all I have to say. I don't know whatever transpired. I don't know whatever they said. But when you are communicating with a woman, in all my social media communications, I will never say my dear to a woman. It's ma'am. M-A-A-M. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, my sister. I never say my dear or I love you. Never, ever. Because your hearts might be clean, but it might be misinterpreted to become your word against their own. Flee fornication. Flee adultery. Flee anything that resembles adultery. And as the book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 9 says, do not ever sit with a married woman. Avoid married women. If they sit, let them sit a distance from you. Always have a chaperone. Don't sit with her inside a room where people are not seeing you. This is what I have to say. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. I have a webinar coming up on the 15th and on the 16th of 14th and 15th, Friday and Saturday of March. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. I hope I'm right with the dates. The admin will send you the flyer and it will register you. Also send a message to that same number, +234 80 21 21 92 62, to register you for the webinar. Remember, lead me not into temptation. It's cheaper than the river house from evil. God bless you.